Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. And in Idiocracy news, ChatGPT should never be your confessor. Now, this is absolutely ridiculous, and it's coming from the Smoking Gun, which, for the record, I totally forgot existed as a website, if you're old enough to remember them, but they're still around, and they're still reporting, and this one, well, I just had to do this one. So here's what happened. Minutes after vandalizing 17 cars in a Missouri college parking lot, a 19-year-old sophomore at that college had a rather lengthy chat with ChatGPT, and he confessed to the crime and asked the possibility of getting caught and wondered to ChatGPT, and I quote, "Is there any way they could know it was me?" End quote. That is according to a probable cause statement by the police. You can do the math on that. So, Ryan Schaefer, this is the person we're talking about, was arrested on September 30th and charged with felony property damage for essentially a rampage early this past Sunday at Missouri State University in that parking lot. So, investigators allege that Schaefer shattered car windows, ripped off side mirrors, dented hoods, broke windshield wipers, etc., around 3 a.m. on a complete spree because he damaged 17 cars, right? So, when confronted with surveillance footage and other evidence, Schaefer then said that he could see a resemblance between the suspect of him and himself. This also kind of underscores why you don't talk to police, especially if you're guilty. So, at that point, Schaefer reportedly consented to the search of his iPhone, and here we go, because a review of that device after he consented revealed location data placing him at or near the scene of the crime, as well as a, quote, troubling dialogue exchange this defendant seems to have had with artificial intelligence software installed on his phone, end quote. Again, that's according to prosecutors. So, the incriminating ChatGPT conversation, which for the record is littered with typos, and I'm going to have to censor this basically for the audience here, opened with Schaefer asking after his spree, and I quote, "How effed am I?" and "Quill I go to jail?" It gets worse from here. So after the AI program, ChatGPT, quote, gave tips about the potential outcome of getting caught or being involved in this type of behavior, end quote, Schaefer then typed, and I quote, "What if I smash the blank out of multiple cars?" End quote. And there's a ton of typos in this. And after beginning to basically spiral, according to the cops, Schaefer then began to, quote, become aggressive towards ChatGPT, saying, quote, "I will kill all you effers." Okay. So, upon returning to his apartment, Schaefer began to essentially wind down a bit, according to the police report, and declared, and I quote, again, to ChatGPT, "I got away with it last year, and I don't think there's any way they could know my face. It felt really nice to F their blank up," end quote. And again, like, nothing is spelled right. So, acknowledging that he, quote, effed up all those useless effers' cars, Schaefer then wrote that the victims, quote, all deserve to get raped and murdered, end quote. Like I said, it went downhill. So, basically, Schaefer is now locked up in lieu of a $7,500 bond in Greene County, Missouri jail, and upon his release from custody, Schaefer will be barred from any premises, quote, where the primary item for sale is alcoholic beverages, end quote. Yeah, I believe that. And he will be required to comply with random testing for drugs and alcohol, and basically will be outfitted with an ankle bracelet. He's getting a GPS monitoring device. So, if you've learned anything from this entire insane ordeal, is one, if you're a belligerent drunk, please, for the love of God, seek help. And two, for the love of God, don't tell anything to ChatGPT, especially confessing your sins, because quite frankly, OpenAI would have just handed it over to the cops anyway, but he willingly consented to a search of his iPhone knowing what he did. So part of me thinks he probably wanted to get caught. So that is your insane news of the day. And I just can't believe that people like this are out there. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, where I promise you I will not destroy your car and then swear at you on ChatGPT or any other platform or in person. And you can follow me on YouTube as well. Please subscribe, and as always, stay safe, stay online, and please, please, please attempt to stay private, informed, secure, and apparently sober and calm. Take care.